Apocalypse Gaming.
Hi folks, this is my video response to Jamieson Caine's 245 subscription mark. There's been a few of these types in the past, but for one reason or other I've never got round to or never had the time to make my video response, so this one I really want to get in. Not because I really want you to hear about me, but just I think it's interesting we all share each other's backgrounds in the hobby so we get to know each other a little bit better, because let's say this is distance friendship at its most extreme. So how did I get started in the hobby is question one. I get started in the hobby through being an avid role player. I role played many systems, and went along to Games Workshop one day, bought a load of Dark Elves and a load of Eldar because they were doing a red dot blue dot sale, which was buy 2 blue dots get a blue dot free, buy 2 red dots get a red dot free. Wish they would bring those days back, but those are long gone because it saved me a ton of money. But I went and bought them. My friends all bought a load of troops as well. I actually thought we were getting into epic scale, but it was heroic 28mm scale that we had bought. So that's how green and naive I was to actually what we were going to buy. When I got there I was blown away by the size of the figures anyway, and we can get heavily into them. Prior to my role-playing days I was a scale modeller, primarily aircraft, built a couple of ships, didn't like them, built a couple of tanks, they were too hard, but that's because I was quite young. I started off role-playing at a very young age and worked up, so I got into it through Games Workshop, through visiting a store, through thinking I was going to buy epic size scale, 6mm type scale, which I've never really got any of, but would still love to play battles of that size. I thought it was the sort of size of battles we'd be playing rather than smaller figures. Despite all that, and despite buying the figures, I've actually never played a full game of Warhammer, never played a full game of 40k. In fact, I've never even rolled a dice in 40k, despite having stuff for a silly amount of time, guys. Maybe 15 years plus easily. I've had stuff for that. Painted, not played. Not many painted, but some painted. We had some figures on the Warhammer table today, learning the rules for Fantasy Battle. 40k will come next, but we've got enough painted for Fantasy Battle now that we can actually start learning it as a family. So, am I a gamer or a hobbyist? Despite actually not rolling that many dice, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer stroke hobbyist. I love the hobby side, absolutely adore the hobby side. And although I'm not gaming, I'm a gamer first, hobbyist second. But all my life is dominated by hobbyist stuff because I love that so much as well. But gaming stuff will come. I like board games, I like role-playing games, although I've not played a role-playing game in many a year for reasons because of my fault and no one else's. I broke away from my role player group who were my closest friends, and unfortunately that dissolved from my side. So I'm a gamer first, hobbyist second, but I love board games. Some of the board games that I love, if you haven't played and tried them, is Risk, awesome game, try it. Diplomacy, even better, try it. Pooh, absolutely fantastic, funny game. And Flux and Munchkin, go and try them. Fun games. Pass the Pigs is another one. I've got a review for that on the site, go back and find it. So what was the first model you assembled and painted? Probably the Airfix Spitfire. It's probably the first one that everybody that does any sort of scale modelling ever has done, is the Airfix Spitfire. If not, it might have been a Red Arrow. It was one or the other was the first one and the other one came second. I can't actually remember which way round it came. I do remember they were crap and they were hideous and they were painted in enamels and they took forever to dry. God, I hate enamels. I hate them. Acrylics is the best thing that ever happened in my hobby as far as I'm concerned. So that would be the first things ever painted and assembled. What is your favourite paint? Well, if you look over my head, you'll see a board full of Vallejo. So I would say of the paints that I use, it's my favourite, but I'm actually not using my Vallejo because I'm using the stuff over that shoulder. I need to use up all my Games Workshop before I'm allowed to touch the goodness up there. I want to play with that. My own rules, I'm not allowed to play with that until I get rid of this. I haven't used Reaper Master Series. I've got a bottle of P3 ink, a single bottle, and I had P3 gold which went solid in the pot, so I wasn't too impressed by that. The paint itself seemed nice, but I was told it was a dodgy batch and I was given it because I didn't even pay for it, so I can't really base that upon my stuff for them. I like the Vallejo. I know people out there like General Spartan don't like the Vallejo. I like them, no issues with them. Haven't tried Reaper, haven't tried Life something or other, I can't remember what it's called, but I do like the Vallejo. It's the model colours and the air colours and the game colour extra opaques, I think it is, that I've got up there. How would you rate yourself as a painter? 1 spastic gimp. Sounds a cool hobby to have. Can I be your spastic gimp? Haha, master! Master, take me, master! Or 10 golden demon. Well, it ain't a golden demon. No chance of that. But I ain't a spastic gimp, master. Hey, master, whip me, master. So I'm not that. I have won a couple of competitions. But they were local Games Workshop ones. There wasn't that many entrants. I did get a runners-up a carronade for my vehicles, but there wasn't that many entrants. So I'm not the best, that proves it, but I'm not the worst either. So maybe a 4, maybe a 5, maybe a 6, giving myself a little bit of credit, but somewhere in the middle. I've got a lot of room for improvement. I know how I could improve, but I've not got enough practice in to improve. Compared to where I was many years ago, massively improved, thanks to watching people's tutorials on this community. In art, I was the spastic gimp. I really wasn't allowed to participate, and I was crap at it, but that's because I was painting flats, and I don't like painting flats very much, although playing with the airbrush on flats and canvas is great fun. So what are your goals as a painter? Any techniques that you have yet to master? I've got tons of techniques still to master. I haven't mastered any techniques. I'm always learning. I don't think you can claim that you're a master of any technique. Anybody that claims they're a master of any technique is talking a lot of crap. You might know the technique very well, but there's always something you can learn. I'm reasonably competent on probably many techniques, but I ain't a master, and I'm far from it. What does your wife, girlfriend, other half of your family of your hobby think? Go to the link up there. That's what my wife thinks of it. She's got her own channel. Yes, my wife's a war gamer. Ha 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 ha. She likes playing it. She likes playing with toy soldiers. Your wife doesn't. My wife does. Ha 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 ha. That's what I think of it. Have you personally experienced any ridicule for your hobby? Yes, I have. I've experienced it at school level. I've experienced it at adult level, the most recent adult level, when I was raping the skip for electrical cable. I wanted copper cabling as much as I could possibly get to make trees. If you haven't done that before, look up Camlupian. For that, you probably heard the wife whispering Camlupian, or you can look up the guy from Singapore whose name I forgot, and I apologise if you watch my video. I know you're subscribed to Paint Miniatures there, because they guys have got some really good ones. Boom, boom, boom. So yes, the ridicule. How did I receive the ridicule? I was at the skip, because the way they worked there, the guys at the skip take all the stuff themselves and send it to the scrap merchant, so I asked them, can I have the copper cable? Why do you want the copper cable? I want the copper cable to make trees. You want to do what? I want to make trees. What do you mean you want to make trees? Well, I need to take the cable out, strip it and make wee trees for miniature soldiers. No, I think you should grow up a bit, mate. Okay, I did respond after that point, but I stared at him blankly, like he stared blankly at me for a few seconds, just to let this thing with the situation sink in. And then he gave me permission, after some other banter, but I can't remember how it went. Have you ever thought of giving up the hobby? I did give up the hobby. I gave up my role-playing, gave up my wargaming. Bad mistake. Sold all my role-playing stuff. Even more stupid mistake. Got to the age where, well, I was probably quite late in discovering women properly. But I discovered drinking women and sold all my role-playing stuff for drinking women. Silly idea, wish I hadn't, but at least I kept all my wargaming stuff. So yes, I did give it up, back into it, introduced the wife to it, she liked the idea, she bought herself, well actually I bought herself her first army, which is a Wood Elf Battalion box, still in the box, some stuff painted, played with today, but that was 4 years ago, maybe? Yes or no, is there a cuter wargamer out there than Warhammer Joy, aka the Joey Berry? Well, to be honest, I haven't watched her channel. Will I watch her channel? Maybe. But I don't go running to look at the channel because there's the new chick on the block for wargaming. Girls do wargame, guys. Get it into our heads. Yes, they wargame. Just that we outnumber them. But like football or other sports, women participate. They aren't excluded. They enjoy it just as much as us. And sometimes they're much better than us. Joey Berry, yeah, I'll probably look at her channel. So I can't really comment how cute she is. But is there somebody cuter out there than her? Yeah. Wife. I've got to say that, but I believe it too. But since I'll exclude her from the conversation, just for fairness, because I am biased, is there somebody cuter out there? Jara. Hi man. Hi Jara. It's cute as Jara from Australia. Girls, eye candy, go look at us, Jara. Sexy man with Australian accent and cute beard. Yes, that's my Australian accent. It's not very Australian, is it? Name the accent if you can get it. But sexy Australian Jara. He's so dynamic. Look at his poses. The way he jumps and smashes things to actually try and get the dynamic posing in. It's as Jara. Sexy as Jara. Girls, go and get your eye candy. Bye-bye.
Apocalypse Gaming.